If you hear random noises in the background of this video, it is this cat. I am sorry. She is not sorry. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about motherhood. Motherhood is really challenging, even under the best of circumstances. But when you add something like a mental illness on top of that, it gets even harder and more stressful. One thing that a lot of moms who have a mental illness do is be very hard on themselves. So what I did today is make a list of things that I try and remind myself during certain times when I'm really struggling with my mental health and motherhood at the same time. And I thought I would share that list with you guys as well. I also got suggestions from other moms of things that they like to remind themselves of too when they are having a hard time with their mental health and with motherhood. Okay, number one is that nobody is perfect. Even the moms without mental illnesses. No one is perfect, so stop holding yourself to that expectation because it is impossible. Number two is that it is fine if you have a bad day now and then. Again, no one is perfect. Let's go back to number one, and I'm going to be referencing that one a lot, but it is fine if you're having a particularly bad day. If you need a day to just sit your kids in front of the TV all day and give them snacks so that you can just sit and relax for a bit and not do any housework, if that's what you need to do for your mental health and your mental well-being, that is fine. Your kids are going to be just fine. And I think taking a rest day occasionally, especially when you're having a bad day, is better for your kids in the long run because then you're going to have more good days. So have your bad days, ride them out, and then you can keep going. But don't feel bad for having your bad days because it's just going to make them last longer. Number three, you are not failing your child if you give them mac and cheese or McDonald's or anything that is fast and easy and maybe not the most nutritious thing in the world. I had mac and cheese for dinner a lot and I'm doing fine. And I'm pretty sure it didn't cause the mental illnesses I have. Like I said in number two, it's okay to have a bad day. It's also okay to have a lazy day where you don't want to cook this elaborate meal with veggies and fruit and different types of meat, and you cook it in a special way with all these herbs and spices, and I hate cooking. But I try my best and I make sure Cassidy eats as healthy as possible. But there are days where we pick up Mary Brown's and I give her some chicken from that. There are days where I put in one of those little microwavable little entrees is what they're called, and they're specifically for toddlers. That's fine. If you need a day where it's an easy meal, that's fine. You are doing just fine. Number four, stop comparing yourself to others on social media specifically. That beautiful photo that you see someone took of themselves with their baby and they all look done up and the baby is smiling at the camera and it just looks so perfect. You didn't see all the outtakes from that little photo shoot. You didn't see how much effort that mom put into getting ready just for that one day. And you don't see how she looks every other day of the week, because I guarantee you she's got a messy mom bun and sweatpants on a lot of the times when she's at home. People don't look how they look on social media all the time. They do it for photo ops. They do it for special occasions, just like you probably do. So when you're sitting in your jammies looking through social media and you see this woman just dressed to the nines with her kid and they just look so done up, you're just getting a snapshot of what they are choosing to show the world. And I'm pretty sure you're not taking pictures of yourself in your jammies and showing that to the world. So just keep in mind that everything you see on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, that is someone's highlight reel. You can't compare your real life to a highlight reel of someone else's. Number five, you're not the only person who can take care of and catch things with your child. Some moms can be extremely worried about if something is wrong with their child, and they have a hard time trusting that other people will notice. So they have to be involved and be with the child at all times because they just feel like it's only them. It's an anxiety thing, mainly. I've even had that when I have taken Cassidy into the doctor and they've said, oh, she's fine, it's just a virus. This was back before COVID times. And I'm just thinking to myself, but what if it's not? Now, I'm not saying don't trust your mom gut. Mom gut is a real thing. But just know that you're not the only one who can spot problems with your child. Other people can be trusted to give you a valid opinion on if something's wrong with your child, if that makes sense. Your child also is going to be fine if they are without you for a little bit of time. So if you leave the child with their father or with a grandparent or someone, you don't need to worry if they are going to be traumatized because they miss mommy. Mommy deserves a break sometimes. Now I think I'm on number 6. And I've heard this expression a lot. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. But I'm gonna take that in another direction, especially for moms who suffer from depression and low energy. That really, really, really makes it hard to be a mom and keep up with your kids. And I'm finding that to be a real struggle lately too. So this other take on that expression is anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. So what I mean by that is if you don't have time to go for a half-hour walk around the block with your kids, a 5-minute walk is better than no walk. And this stems back to number 2. A quick microwavable meal or fast food in moderation is better than no meal at all for your kids. A quick face wash or maybe a sponge bath is better than not washing yourself at all if you just don't have the energy for a shower. For me, sometimes I will wash my hair one day. I'll just like dip my head in there, just wash my hair because I just don't have the energy to get in the shower. And then other times I'll hop in the shower and I won't touch my hair because it takes forever to dry and I just don't have energy for that. Doing one or the other is better than not doing anything at all. You will still feel a lot better even though you didn't do it all, if that makes sense. Next on my list is you are more capable than you think you are in this moment. You have raised this child to the point that they are at now. You're doing amazing. You can get through anything. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Every hard time that you've gone through in the past has ended, and this one will too, I promise. Next, you deserve to be happy. Your happiness should not be the expense of being a good mother. You deserve happiness. You deserve to be recognized as your own person, not just as so-and-so's mom. Next is go see a therapist. Yeah. It's gonna be on any list really of reminders for anyone with a mental illness. If you're having a hard time, talk to someone, talk to a professional. Just do it. It will be really hard at first, but do what you gotta do for your mental well-being. If you are having a rough time, talk to your family doctor, just talk to someone. And the last reminder on my list is look at your child or children. Just look at them. Think to yourself, what amazing thing you did to get them in your life. Whether that be a very challenging infertility journey, finally getting pregnant and then having the child, or having a really easy time getting pregnant, having a really rough pregnancy and having your child, having a tough adoption process and finally getting that child in your arms. However your child came into your life, it was a challenge. I don't think there's anyone on the planet who has brought a child into their family and it was just a piece of cake. However your child came into your life, you did that. Know that when they see you, they are seeing their entire world. They are seeing the person that they count on and they believe in the most. And you know you're loved unconditionally by this one person at least. You probably are loved by others. And that's also something to remember too. There are a lot of people in your life that care about you more than you really think at a moment. But this child of yours, your children, They look at you and they see this person who will solve all their problems. This is the person who will keep me safe, will protect me. And while that's a lot of pressure, it also feels amazing to know that you are this one person's entire world, pretty much. Until they become teenagers, and then things change a little bit because they get attitudes. Not looking forward to that so much. But even then, you did something amazing to bring them into your life. And it's something to be proud of. So that is my list of things that I want you to remember anytime you are having a hard time with your mental health during your motherhood journey. It is so tough, but so rewarding. Every time Cassidy smiles at me, it's just like all of my problems in the last day or two or whatever are just gone for those few seconds. And I'm just so grateful she's in my life. On that note, I am also very grateful when she is sleeping, because it lets me do things. So that is it for me today. Have a good week. I'll see you guys later. Bye.